Welcome to Homegrown Mobility. This is just pick 2, class number 4. Today we're going to need a few tools. For one, some kind of surface to elevate one foot to. It can be as simple as a book that's about 1 inch to 2 inches in height. Also a couple dumbbells or other weight, maybe a band, and maybe some padding for the knees when you're kneeling. Let's go ahead and get started with the first exercise. So grab your book or some other tool. Pop your right forefoot onto that tool. So I've got the ball mound and the toes on top of this tool. My heel is firmly on the floor. Then take your left foot and stride it forward so that maybe the heel of the left foot lines up with the toes of the right foot, or maybe the midfoot of the right foot. Dumbbell, if you want to use one, goes in the right hand. And all we're going to do is hinge. So you're shutting the dresser drawer, feeling that weight in your right heel, right? And standing up again. Let's do 10. Here we go. 2. So what we're doing here is loading the right heel and getting lots of hinging action. So stretching the glute and hamstring and then loading as we drive up. 3 more. So doing a little bit of rotation through the pelvis itself. 9. And getting some more control on the hamstring. 10. Simple. Let's switch sides. Left forefoot pops up. Right foot steps forward. So the left heel should feel real heavy as we drive the hips back through space. Only go as far as you can feel the hips driving back. Once they start to sink, you've gone too far. Stand up. So hips back, 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 back. For me, the dumbbell ends up right below my knee. And then stand up. Don't try to squeeze because you'll probably end up in hyperextension. Just try to stand up. Good. 5 more. 8, 9, 10. All right, piece of cake. I'm going to have to load more weight on that next round. All right, part 2 of our lower body superset, kneeling knee extensions. So we're going to start in a kneeling position. Step the inside leg forward. Make sure you're next to a wall. And for that matter, you might want another tool in the other hand, like a PVC pipe or another piece of furniture here. What we're going to do is I'll give you one demo and then you can join in. We're going to lift the knee in, or the hip into flexion. So pick up the kneeling or the step forward foot. Get the knee as high as you can go without leaning back or doing any kind of compensation through that kneeling side. And then kick the leg out until the knee is fully extended. Pause for a 2 Mississippi. And then pull it back, set it down. All with as much control as you just saw me have for 1 rep. We're going to do that for 5 reps. Let's do our best, okay? Let's take a breath. Exhale the ribs back. The more you exhale, the more you're going to find stability here. So if you paused sooner, go back to your exhale until you feel that. Brace up. Here we go. Lift the inside knee. Flexing it, stay really extended through that kneeling side. Kick the leg out. 1, 2, pull it back in, set it down. Take a breath. Exhale, lift off, kick out, get that knee all the way straight. If that means letting the knee dip, 2, bring it back down, then it dips, but that means you're going to bring the knee back up to the original height once you get done with your extension. 3, here we go. 2 more. Let that breath lead your tempo. Exhale, lift, kick, 2, bring it down. Last one, inhale. Exhale it back. You know what to do. Huh. You know what else is hurting? The tricep on my inside leg or arm. Okay, let's face the other way. The kneeling foot should be the leg closest to the wall again. Get a forearm or a hand on the wall, other hand on something if you need it. Tuck the tail in, tuck the toes in on the kneeling leg. And let's lift off. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, 1, lift. Kick. 2, 1, bring it back down, set it down. That's 1 of 5. Here we go. Look down, check that you're not shifting out to the side on the hip that you're kneeling, or not rocking back, kneeling back, leaning back, like I just demonstrated. 2 more. Last one. Whew, that was the shortest 2 seconds I've ever experienced. All right, on to upper body. Let's move on to superset our upper body work, starting with a reciprocating overhead press. That's what the padding's for. If you need a little extra, I'm going to try it with this. And then grab your dumbbells. If you've got 2, great. 2 of equal weight, even better. If you have 1, it's okay. You can still switch sides halfway through. So I've got my dumbbells held here. This is the starting position. And we're just going to reciprocate, pressing 1 while the other one comes down. Go ahead and try it. And we're going to 10. 6, this is enabling a little more lateral flexion and expansion of the ribs. 8, 9, and 10. 10. Good. We're going to work on lumbar flexion. So sometimes when we're deadlifting, we accidentally, end up rounding that low back. That's lumbar flexion. If we do it a lot, or if we do it when we're working on something real heavy, it can have some negative effects over the next few days, maybe even worse. So what are we going to do? We're going to train to be in that position and be stronger in that position and mitigate our injury risk when we get there next time by accident. 2 ways you can do this. I'm going to show you the first option, the more gentle option first. So it requires a band and an anchor. For this, I'm going to thread this band through this weight handle. And now I have a fairly stable anchor here. Usually, if you're working out at home, that's usually the hardest thing to find, right? Is like something to actually loop that band around that's going to be reliable. So do your best to find a tool. Next, I'm going to hang on to one end of or the other, I'm not sure which, and I'm going to plant the right foot, and I'm going to attempt to roll down, touching one vertebral joint at a time to the floor until I'm flat on my back. So it looks like this. I'm going to roll down, tuck the tail, scoop, drag that heel, my heel's squeaking, and try to, right here is where it gets really hard because the whole low back wants to come down in one big thunk. So really slow down and push one part of your vertebrae at a time into the floor, and then coming back up. This is what this is for. It can help you a little bit on the way up, peeling one vertebrae off the floor one at a time. Okay, so the more stretch you have here, the more you're gonna have to resist it coming down, so the more work you'll have coming down. The looser it is, the harder it's gonna be to get up. So decide, pick your poison here. We're gonna do 3 more here. So roll it down, tuck, 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 tuck. Yes, this is secretly kind of a core exercise, but we're working on being strong around this lumbar spine in this flexed position. For a lot of us, getting it to go there is the first step. 2 more. You can work on it coming out of the bottom as well. So try not to come up in one chunk, but peel it up. This is my last rep here. And roll it up. Okay, nice work. Let's get started with round 2. Go ahead and grab your item, your propping item. Get more weight. Get more weight if you feel like you could do more. Step up to the or the bench with your right foot, 4 foot elevated. Left foot steps through. Right hand has the dumbbells. Here we go. Sit it back for 10. What's happening here is we're being forced to shift our weight into that right hip. So if you are a good deadlifter, but not so hot with your squat, this can help us get better at absorbing that stress as we come back. 9. Did I do an extra? 10. Switch it out. Here we go. Left foot steps up. Left hand gets the dumbbells. Drive it back. Weight's heavy in the left foot. Don't forget to bring that right foot forward. Nice. 5 more. 8. 9. 10. Good work. Okay, part 2. Our favorite, kneeling leg extension. Coming to the wall. Let's do our right leg first. So go ahead and kneel down on your left leg. You got stability on both sides. I'm going to dare to do this with nothing around me. And take a breath. Exhale. Lift the knee. Kick it out. Hold for 2 seconds. It's impossible. And bring it back down. 4 more. Use that breath to stabilize here. Pick it up as high as you can. Kick it as high as you can. Hold for 2. And then come down. Oh, second set, no joke. Nice work. I've got 1 more. Legit 2-second hold here. Oh. Switch sides. Left leg's turn. Get sturdy on your stability. So hold on to stuff. Here we go. Tuck the right toe under. Tuck the tail under on that right hip. Breath in. Exhale, lift off. Kick it out. 1, 2. Think about pushing the hips forward through space. Come down. 4 more. Anybody else's knees making some noise? Two more. Oh man, this 2-second hold getting really sad. Last one. And down. Nice work. Okay, upper body, second set of 3. Come to kneeling. Before you go, I want you to make sure you're not like hitched here in the middle. I want you to come into full hip extension, tuck the tails under, tuck the toes under. Get your dumbbells. Stay here. Like your hammies and glutes should be feeling some work, just keeping you upright here, right? That's intentional, okay? We're not just hanging out here because we're in a new position, but we're actually getting a little extra work in the lower body. And press your right, pull it down and press your left. Let the armpit kind of reach to the sky with your press. Try not to let your hips shift side to side in unison. 6, 7. If you have really light weights, maybe you don't stop at 10. You can go to 15, 9, 9, 10, 10. If you chose the right weight, 10 should feel good with maybe 2 reps left in your back pocket. Like 2 more you could do if I asked you to, but I'm not going to. All right, superset that with your roll down. This time we're going to plant the left foot. Last time we planted the right foot. right? The other foot, plant the other foot, just in case I've got my rights and lefts mixed up. Here we go. Tuck the tail, try to reach one vertebrae down at a time. Slow it down when you get to that trickiest part. Oh. And all the way down. Same thing on the way up. Maybe you give yourself a little more help. Maybe you give yourself less help. Oh my goodness. Ugh. 3 more. That's right, we're doing 5 leg extensions and only 4 roll downs. What the heck? If you sneak one more in, I won't get mad. Next round, I'll give you an opportunity to try another level up. Or you could do more roll down reps, okay? If this is not your first time doing this workout, then I want you to add 50% more reps. That's a big jump. But it's only 2.5 more reps. Or I'm sorry, 2 more reps. Last one. Nice work. Okay, back to the top for one more final round. Get your heaviest dumbbell you can find. Step onto your step with the front of the right foot. Step through with your left foot. Move your bands out of the way. Ready? Here we go. Sit straight back. So try not to sit to your right. Sit straight back. That's it. Hit 10. Five to go. I really like how this feels on this glute, especially. I feel it. 9, 10, switch it out. Left leg comes up, left hand gets the dumbbells, or dumbbell. Right foot strides forward. Here we go. Remember, you're closing the dresser drawer. This is like the best analogy I've ever discovered, at least for now. Try to keep that arm loose. Might feel different from side to side. I definitely feel more work on my right hip, or my left hip, my right hip, than my left. And that's okay. 9, 10. We're gonna have asymmetries from side to side, just how our human bodies have grown to be. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, last set of the stupid leg extensions. Remember, or knee extensions. Remember, the inside foot steps forward. The outside leg, the leg farthest from the wall, is kneeling. Put your forearm on the wall. Take a breath in. Tuck the tail in on that kneeling knee and the toes. Take a breath in. Exhale. Here we go. 5 reps. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Curl it down. Set it down quietly. Get reset. If you've lost anything in this kneeling hip, hang on to it. Ooh. Is your knee sinking like mine? 4 more, or 2 more. Head almost exploded. 5. Oh, owie, owie, owie. Other side. The first rep's always the best. I'm going to make that a personal challenge. Make the last rep just as good as the first. And the ones in between. Okay, last one. I'm just checking on you. 1, 2. Oh, good grief. Okay, more kneeling. If the kneeling is killing you, you can stand. It's just more beneficial. Remember what we're doing here. Getting more time with the hammies turned on, orienting the pelvis into a neutral state. Instead of, well, where I live, which is an anterior pelvic tilt, belly button tipping forward, I want to live here, so my low back is happier. So my knees happier, so my shoulders, so I can breathe better, so I can play better. All right, shoulder those weights. Ready, set, go. Punch it up. If you want a little more, you could start by pulling the palms to the chest and then punching up with the pinkies leading to me. So there's a little bit of more rotation through this model. 8, I'm making this up, 9, 10, 10. You can chastise me later for being off reps. Okay, alternate exercise for that final drill. Instead of doing 6 reps of these roll downs, you can do 4 to 6 reps of a controlled eccentric candlestick. So now your sofa becomes critical here. I want you to tuck your knees to your chest and keep them tucked tight. Hang on tight to whatever you've got that won't move when you rely your body weight onto it. So for me, this weight's gonna work if I could just get my grip. Okay, and then I want you to tuck up with your butt up off the ground, low back off the ground, part of your mid back maybe. Keep your knees tucked to your chest and gradually, again, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Yes, your arms are working hard here too. 1 vertebrae at a time, especially when you get to this last little bit of the lumbar spine, and come to rest. If that felt too easy, then when you get to the lowering part, you can start to send your feet away from you to the point where you still have control, but maybe it's a little bit more challenging at the right degree. So let's kick up. I'm gonna get my legs a little further away, my knees a little further away from my chest, and try this here. Maybe you use like a 5-second or 8-second count to get all the way down. Woo! This is 3. If you're crashing, you're not getting stronger through the lumbar spine. You're just crashing. Boom, all the way to the very end. 2 more, let's do 2 more. Tuck it up, lower it down, and also the more you have your heels over your butt, obviously, the more load you're gonna create. Those legs are heavy. All that muscle. Huh. 2 more. This is burning me out. Feel what's happening down here. Do your best to control it as much as you can. Last one. Whoomp. And that is a wrap. Nice work today. I think that was under 30 minutes. We're getting really good at this. Okay, I look forward to seeing you next time. We're going to be squatting and doing some other great mobility drills for the hips. See you then.